Hello, this is CCG. It's that time again. I have one of my Aerogardens, and I just want to talk to you about it. This one has 6 pods in it, and this is hydroponic ways of growing food, vegetables, or whatever you want to grow. You can grow flowers if you want to, or whatever floats your boat. So yes, as you can see, I have a mint green one here that I have, and here's the bright light as you can see underneath. These are the grow lights so that your plant can grow. It does not stay on all day, all night. It comes on for 12, it goes off for 12. So then you can see these are the pod holes. You would put the pod in the little cover that goes over top of them, and you also would label them. Now, I do sometimes don't always use all the pod holes. They do have covers that you can use to cover them up so that nothing splashes, because as you can hear inside this thing, the pump is on. I turned it on specifically so that you could have a better view and can see what it looks like, because right now as you look down at the bottom, it shows that it's on and the light is on, but it's asking for water, because that's what it does. It will search and has like a sensor in there for the water level. If it starts to go down, it will alert you it's time to put more water in it. So as you can see, this area right here, this little cover, this is where I put the hydroponic plant food in there. It's just maybe a cap full, every couple of days. And sometimes, depending on your Aerogarden, it'll alert you it's time to put more plant food in it. So you have a certain fill line. So you can take this out if you need to address the roots. Now, this is what it looks like on the flip side here. And this can come apart because, as you see, when you start growing your plants, sometimes the roots get in there, it gets a little funky and junky in there, and you have to separate the pieces. So underneath, you would have to push these in, like kind of at the same time, kind of edge it out to get it apart so that you can take something. Like I usually take like a toothbrush and I go in there and I clean it out, because as you see, when your plants are growing, the roots grow and they can get really long. So it's okay to cut roots because they are constantly growing. So that's what the maintenance that you have to do on your plants. And also beware of little bugs that can, grow and come onto your plants. As long as you keep your things clean, you shouldn't have a problem. But there are solutions to those types of problems. So this is what the inside. Now, this is one of my older Aerogardens. This is the filter, as you hear it humming. Now, there is a piece that goes right here, a little black thing, like a little foamy, like soft, spongy material that goes there to filter the water. I'm going to order some. I think I have some, though. I had to find them and put it there, but you can still put this thing together. So let's get into it. We're going to start putting the seeds in. Okay, so I have some seeds that I chose to grow in here. So right now I'm just going to focus on 2 herbs, which is the basil and dill. Now, dill is very delicious, especially on meat. You can put it on chicken breast and bake it in the oven. Fish, it bangs with fish. And you can do whatever you want to make sauces with the dill. Very delicious. And also some lettuce, because I love salads and I can grow my own salad, my own lettuce, and make my own salads. So that will cut down on the cost. So you can buy this. You can go to www.aerogarden.com. You can find these hydroponic growing systems. They have from the smallest to the largest. Sometimes they have specials that you can, get a hold of and purchase. yourself an Aerogarden. Some places like Amazon or eBay or Kohl's even sell them, and sometimes they have specials off of the Aerogarden. Okay, so I picked a different hydroponic plant food because usually the Aerogarden comes with its own plant food, and there's nothing wrong with it. I just wanted to try something different with the plants. It has really good ratings on this liquid food, plant food. So I'm going to try this, and this should last me a good while because this is a really, really big bottle here. And so the next thing I have is I have plenty of these supplies. If I can just open the dumb thing. Okay, here we go. All right. So I have this box and it has all the necessary things to take care of your plants. They give you labels. Now this one is not like the Aerogarden. It is the Aerogarden labels, but they look a little different from them. You can get generic ones. You don't have to necessarily get the Aerogarden's labels. Whatever, float your boat, what's in your budget, that's what matters. And so these little labels will go around it so that you know what you're growing. The next thing, you have these little pod things that you stick down in there, these little growing pods. So what you would do is you would take one of these little brown cones and you would put a couple seeds in there. Now, I would suggest to put more than one pod, like one seed in the pod, because you never know if you'll have a bad seed. So I would suggest to put 3, 4 little seeds in one pod, just in case one is bad or 2 is bad or whatever. Because sometimes you'll find that some seeds that you purchase aren't good seeds. And this right here is the little lids that you put on top. It keeps the growing plant warm. It's like a greenhouse, a little greenhouse in there. And it keeps it warm so that the plant can germinate and start to grow. So let's go ahead and start putting these things together. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put probably the dill here. I'm going to put the basil in the middle. And then I'll put the lettuce on the ends. And this can be adjusted. This can go up and down if I need it to. As the plant starts growing, it can go up in size. It can be increased and get taller so that the plant is not hitting the lights, because you don't want your plants to get burnt by the light. So I have 6 of them. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to open the lettuce. And I don't want to open, actually, you know what? Let me get the scissors, because I don't want too many seeds coming out at one time. Okay. I'm just going to open it all the way. Because if you pour it, then you might get a bum rush of seeds going in there. So the first one we're going to open up is the lettuce. And they're very, very tiny. I mean, very. I think I'll put like 2. See, they going all in my nail. Good grief. Okay, so that's one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick this down inside. These grow cones has really gotten smaller. They used to be a little bigger than this. I don't know what's going on. They cutting back on it. I don't know. So I'm going to stick it in there. And then I'm going to do another one. Actually, let me slow it down here. I'm going to have to staple these. They're very, very, very. I just put my hand over and scoop them in there if they land on here funny. I'm going to get my husband to fold this over and I'm going to have to staple it. Oh, Lord. They all hiding in the corner. I'm really, hold this, babe, because I can't do that and be digging for seeds. Okay. You gotta put them in there. They sitting on top to scoop them in like that. So I'm gonna give you this, fold that over for me. I meant to get my marker. So that's the next one in there. So that's the lettuce. And then, did she have a marker in there? Thank you, sir. You Johnny on the spot.
Actually, here's one right here.
Oh, let's see. And then you can peel off a label like this. And then you're gonna, oh no, it broke. Daggone it. Well, you know what? I got plenty of these. I'm not sweating it. See, they're very cheap. The paper just rips easily. So you gotta be. Plus, it's got little slits inside this label to fit around the pod. So you want to place it just like this, right on top. Just get in there, play it. Sometimes it's a little tricky. Just kind of protects the growing plant that's going to come up like that. Benji, I'm tearing these labels up. They break in half so easily.
I just stapled this too.
Alright, I'm gonna write lettuce on it. L-E-T, I know what it is. Let me just take this out because I'm struggling like I don't know what. I don't think I'm gonna get these labels again. See? You know what? It's sticking to my hand and that's why they keep tearing. Alright, I got it on there. So then I'm going to put lettuce on here. Lettuce. L-E-T. Lettuce. Okay. Then the next one we have is the dill. And we said we're going to put the dill here. You can make pickles out of dill. As you eat dill pickles.
You want to hand me one? Or
Yeah.
so I can hold it while you put them in there.
Don't get too many of them little things. You can kind of put it up to the camera so people can see. See? That's where you put the seeds in that little tiny hole. Okay. I'm just going to stick it here for the time being. Here. So I got my husband help me out. Sometimes you don't feel coordinated. You need an extra hand. Did it go in, Busy?
What in there?
I think, is that any more? Okay. Then I'm going to stick it in here. I'll put the labels on last. Team too much. All right. So then you can take this one, Benji, and close that up. Right. And like this is rewarding, but it is also work maintaining and taking care of your garden, whether it's indoor or outdoor. And basil grows really fast. It don't take long for basil. Basil will grow. Like my mom, she has an Aerogarden too, and they just grow so fast. Like my daughter's rabbit loves basil. He'll tear basil up. All right. So now we got all our pods filled, but now I'm gonna put these labels on if I can do it without tearing the thing up. But it gets stuck on my finger, and then that's when it rips. See, like it's about to do now. You gotta hold it like real carefully. I do my best. Look, I'm dealing with sight issues. It's not easy. You might want to get closer, Benji, with it. See how you do? You just place them lightly and gently on there.
You said this one was basil, right?
Which one?
This last one you gave me.
Let me see the back of it. Yeah, that was the basil.
Okay.
Yeah. The last one was the basil. And you just put that on there. Try to line it up with the hole if you can. Now look at this. I'm not lining it up and it's about to rip. It's so tricky. You're trying to lift it up, but it keeps sticking to your finger, and that's when it's going to rip. Okay, so then this is good as it's going to get right here. And then, Benji, you be my guest. You do the last one. You can do it. Just be careful because it ripped. I don't like them labels. I'm going to get, what? You got to watch it because it'll rip. That junk is cheap. And then it gets stuck on your hand and then it rips again. Because it's kind of cut in the center.
Yeah, I see it.
It's a mess. You got to take it off. And then grab this. Stick it on.
There you
go. Good job.
No work, no nothing.
And stick it in there. Okay. Now, we got that started. So, I'm going to put this stuff away because I don't need this. But what I do need is, Lord, I didn't mean to put that thing on. Or did it come on its own?
Okay, move on.
All right. Well, then you're going to put these little greenhouse cups on top of it. You don't want to open, you're going to open. And then you just kindly, these little, they look like little communion cups, but they're not. So you're going to stick them on top like this. And we're going to record the progress so you see how everything grows. I meant to mark the rest of them. All right, so I'm going to put B. Basil and dill. So, as you have them written on there, if you can see it. Now we can put the cups on top. And Benji, I'm gonna need something to put this water in here. Let's, I don't know, should we fill it up here? Or have to?
What do you need to put water in?
Either a measuring cup or some type of cup that has a pour spout on it, so it won't spill all over the place.
I got a measuring cup right here.
Okay. You're gonna need more than that.
Yeah, I know.
Now, the next thing is we're gonna fill, so I'm gonna put the light on. Oh Lord. So you can see. Ooh, Lord have mercy. And my husband is gonna help me with the water. So he's gonna pour it in. I use a measuring cup because sometimes when you use a regular glass, unless you're good at and steady, it'll get all over the place. And there is a fill line. When you look in there, you'll see it says fill here. Don't go above it. Don't overflow it. I'm doing that.
Well, the blue light came on, so I guess it's the full mark.
No, it's not. It's just it just sensed the water level, but it's still not to the fill line. So this would take only a 1/4 teaspoon of Flora Grow.
I think that's it right there, man.
Let's see. Yeah.
I wouldn't go no
Just
higher.
a little tad. Just like maybe, I don't know, 1/2 cup. Because it's like, it's there, but it's not like, let me see, just go slow. Keep going. Right there is good. Okay, so now he's got it all filled up. If you can see, it's all filled up in there. So now, all right. So the next thing is, since on this bottle, this is called Flora Grow. Let me turn it this way. This is called Flora Grow. And because I just put some seasoning in it, there's a certain amount that you need to put as the plant starts growing. So since these are seedlings, there is a chart on the back of this bottle. If you can see it in the green. Since it's a seedling, I'm just going to put a 1/4 teaspoon in here. And then as time progresses, and I will just increase it over time. I'm just going to put, oh, well, that's about a capful. You think that's too much?
No.
Okay. Lord, just get it in there, Cheryl. Not on top of it.
You did get in there, so.
Okay. So that's what we're going to use. I'm experimenting. And then, thanks, Mindy. Then we're going to just cover it up like this. So now, as you can see, we have a completed Aerogarden, and we will film the growth of these plants, and hopefully we will get a great harvest. Okay, so here it is. It's all set up. If you like this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching. Peace.